Not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. I'm Elijah, and this is the program that you listen to. So let's get with it and how we do it. Read books in one, the book of Enoch, Jubilee, Hash. This is banned from the Bible. And this one was translated, copied by Joseph Lubkins. And you gotta read Hasher for it, Jasher. No reason why it's pronounced it that way. That's from the time they left the God to win the promised land the first time. Jubilee is the prophecy, everything that was going to happen to us from the time we left the garden unto this day. And Enoch's prophecy, everything that was going to happen in the world from generation to generation. So we get that book. The next book, the law of God, gave it to me, the Apocrypha. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, faith, patience, hope. He gave it to me like this here. Wisdom book. So there's prophecy in there, what's going to happen to us in the last days, what's going to happen in the world for the last days. Yeah, man, everything's in that book. Everything, how the Bible was put together, who put it together, when, where, how, and why he put it together. Everything is in that book, man. Go read that. That's a proper, and that's a King James version. Next book, the Lord God given Testament of Solomon. And this one by King Solomon, man. It's the demons, man. What they are doing, who they are, what they are, what frustrates them, who's over them, what they likes, dislikes, what they're afraid of, whom they're afraid of. Yeah, book. Man, got a lot of things in that book about the demons. And the prophecy of them, what they say they're going to do in the last day, and they're doing, man. The demons are running rampant. They're running wild all over the whole world. That's what they're doing. And so, and they're in control of it. Yeah. And you just, I don't know what you're doing. But I'm telling you, you can't stay here. Yeah. So if you stay here, you're going to be in that tribulation. Man, you don't want to be in that tribulation. Because it ain't going to be like you think it is. It's not going to be. Next book, the Lord God given me the reason why I'm here, the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs. He told us, I'm going to send Elijah to you before the great and dreadful day of the Lord. So who? I'm found in Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. I suggest you read Malachi chapter 4, verse 4 through 6. And he told you, man. See, at least he turned the horse of the fathers back to the children, children horse back to fathers. At least I come and strike the earth for Christ. But who are the fathers? Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Dan, and Naphtali, and Gad. Man, those are our fathers. They left us everything, man. Like I told you, man, that big confessions. Man, they told the prophets the last time what's going to happen to us the last time, how we was going to go into slavery, who's going to put us in slavery, what was going to happen to us while we was in slavery, and how we were going to become when we was in slavery, and how we were going to get out of slavery. So all that, well, this is a captivity. So all that is in there. Yeah. So that book, Testament of 12 Patriarchs, this one's written by Robert H. Charles. Next book, the Lord God gave to me. It's a recent book. The first and second book of Adam and Eve, conflict Satan. So that's how it all started. So that's how it all started. So prophecy was given to us. Lord God gave us a prophecy. Lord God gave us a prophecy. Adam gave us a prophecy. All of them gave us prophecy in that book. And that's how it started out. Satan started his first tricks, his first deception. And find out what that is. And learn that he haven't changed. So when one of those pastors preachers say, oh, Satan has transformed himself to it. I'm like, well, ask him to show you that in the Bible when he did it, how he did it, and why did he do it. Ask him. Yeah, when those books makes up what? The Holy Bible comes from somewhere. Comes from somewhere. There's a reason to put it for everything under the sun. So now you know the Holy Bible. You got to listen to. You don't have to listen to them saying, well, they tampered the Holy Bible. Well, you got to listen to that no more. You know where it's at. To find the second book of Matthew, find out who did what, when, where, what. And the Holy Bible has been abridged. So we know that now. So you don't have to be speculating and telling me this didn't happen, that didn't happen. No, you don't have to go through that no more. Message that the Lord God gave to me to give to you, not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, said the Lord God of hosts. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, said the Lord God of hosts. And that's found in Zechariah chapter 4, verse 6. So I suggest it close, okay? Zechariah chapter 4, verses 4 through 6. Another thing. When you have this paper here, not by might, there are a lot of scriptures on there, man. I suggest that you read, take your time. Read all those scriptures. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, Deuteronomy chapter 7. And find out what's the truth. What's the covenant? Yeah, what's the covenant date? Find out how you got to be baptized. All that's on that paper. Find out you have to be baptized. Find out the incense, where they come from, how they started. And so if you read these books, you know where incense started, how they started, why they started. You know the mysteries of the incense. Yeah, the one that they brought to Jesus. So you know all that. Oh yeah, you know all that, man. Don't worry about how these people try to make me look and make me out, man. Those days are over for their foolishness. Another book that the Lord God gave to me, The Gnostic Gospel by Thomas Marion Jones. So in those Gospels, like I said, those Gospels not found in the Holy Bible, but they're of Jesus, things that Jesus said, things that they done. The Acts of John, things that he did, and Thomas and Mary Gospel. They're not found in the Holy Bible, but there's some things that Jesus said that are in the Holy Bible, but they're just written in a different format, different ways. So just like you had the full Gospels and all of them of Jesus and the different tones of Jesus. And so Thomas and Mary Jones did the same thing. So man, I suggest that you read those books. Of course, you know I had two dreams for you, but wars, man, you're not over there with the war and the conflicts going on. I'm not either, but I know because about the dreams that I have, and I can't remember none of the dreams, and man, just like factions war, and everybody's war. That's what they are. So when I don't remember a dream and stuff, I know what's going on. You know there's conflict happening, war is going on, but Lord God had given me other dreams. I don't know if I read these dreams to you before, but yeah, destruction was everywhere. These beings came down and tried to destroy us. It was what I was with a young lady. I thought it was a daughter, and yeah, as I can read this to you. As the winged men tried to destroy me and touch him and made him weak. Yeah, I touched him and made him weak. I touched him and I called on the name of Jesus. So these winged creatures came down, winged beings came down, and just tried to destroy us all, but had no power for Jesus. So I touched him and he became, but the thing about it, destruction was everywhere. These beings came down and tried to destroy us. And that's why I keep telling you, man, you can't stay here, man. If you're gonna be here, you think it's gonna be like that stuff you be seeing on television? That's a lie. That's a lie, man. It's another way to look at it, but man, when you in it and going through it each and every day, yeah, you find out it's a big difference. Yeah, I was in it. Yeah, I was in there with my brother and our brother, and they had this Esau threaten me, and my brother with threatened us with a 44 handgun. I called for the police to come out. They keep telling the address over and over. Yeah, the address I had over and over. I was using my brother's cell phone. The Esau heard the police siren. He ran out the back door. He saw the police car and started to run, but the police car kept going. Yeah, I was in New Orleans. Yeah, I was in New Orleans, so New Orleans police. The man came back and started threatening me all over again. I called on Jefferson Parish Police. The police came on the line. I told him the situation that Esau was doing me. And he said, "No, I know that man." He said, "I know that man. That man lived near me, and he would never do anything like that." After that, I told him my address. I looked for my cell phone, my batteries, Lord, see what's going down to City Hall and find out what's going on, complain about it. Yeah, I was with the brother and left. Some blacks stopped us on the way and they wanted to rob us. They wanted my bike that I was riding. They took the riding iron handlebars out the back and stuff. So I'm gonna stop that right there. But I want to tell you the rest of that dream one day. Hopefully one day soon I'll tell you the rest of that dream. So that was one of the dreams. Another dream, I was with some people sitting around. Oh man, at a solemn affair. I guess somebody died. They had one man with a gray shiny suit on. We were sitting behind another. I felt his private parts rubbing against me. I had a word with him, but he just trying to squeeze into this tight area to sit down, so he didn't, upset. Didn't get upset over it, what I had said. We sat and we talked for a few people. We got up and went outside. They had they had a man giving out invite to a function. He had 4 invites. We took them. They had pulled up asking for direction. They had a tall, slim woman with a bob cup hairstyle asking for the park. I looked in the car. They had about 4 Esau's with her, and sound like they was sodomites. So you know what they sound like. So I told her something about parking in real. One of the men said, "You don't remember us from Atlanta." She said, "I know where to park in the back." She pulled off. I told the man in the gray shiny suit to go. She knew when he left to see. I saw his gun holster, and I was impressed to know that he didn't get angry for what I had said because he had that gun holster. Yeah. So I'll say the rest of that anything. So you don't know, man. I tell you, bro. In these church house synagogue, these people got weapons in the church house synagogue, and that's not of God. And anybody know where there's weapon or where there are weapons, one day they ain't gonna go well for some people. That's right, but it's not. So let's go. Tell you, man, you can't stay here now. You might think, people think they can. I guess they think they can stay here, but you can't. You can't, man. You can't. It's like the good news, bad news situation. Good news, Jesus is coming back. Bad news, Jesus is coming back. So it's a good news, bad news situation. Yep. Going to Ezekiel chapter 20. Ezekiel chapter 20, because these people lying to you, man. I know I read this to you before, but the Lord God want me to give it to you again. And it came to pass in the 7th year, in the 5th month, the 10th day of the month, that certain of the elders of Israel came to inquire of the Lord and said before me. Then came the word of the Lord unto me, saying, Son of man, speak unto the elders of Israel, and say unto them, Thus say the Lord God, are you come to acquire of me? As I live, say the Lord God, I would not be acquired of by you. Now this God telling them heads what's happening. Wilt thou judge them, son of man? Wilt thou judge them? Cause them to know the abominations of their fathers. So yeah, you know the abomination of your fathers. You got to know the abomination of your fathers. You got to know. I told you that. Well, anyway. And they said unto them, Thus said the Lord, and the day when I chose Israel, lift up my hand unto the sea of the house of Jacob, and made myself unknown to them in the land of Egypt, when I lift up my hand unto them, saying, I am the Lord your God. And the reason why you don't know these things with the Lord God speaking of, and especially in that sense, because you haven't gone back and read the books. See, if you have gone back and read the band from the Bible, the book of Enoch, Jubilee, and Hashir, you know exactly what the Lord God was talking about. You know, but you go read the Holy Bible, it gives you a glimpse, but it don't give you the story. In the day that I lift up my hand unto them to bring them forth the land of Egypt to the land that I spied for them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all land. Then said I unto them, Cast away every man his abomination of his eye, and defile not yourself with the idols of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. But you're doing the same thing right now, man. I tell you over and over and over again. Keep telling you. Say, man, go get rid of it. I had to do it. Man, all that foolishness, man, all them pictures hanging on my wall and all those things I'm saving up because of soon they're going to be worth monies and all that. Man, I got rid of all that foolishness. Yeah, when I did what the Lord God said, I cleaned up my house, man. That's when you go to Deuteronomy, I think it's Deuteronomy chapter 28. Or Deuteronomy chapter 7 tells you what to do, what to get rid of, what you don't need, and all that foolishness. Just get rid of it out your house. But, man, you don't want to get there. Man, I told when I was going to, Lord God had sent me to Ephesus on 7-day Adventist church in North. And so when I go there, I sit down in Ephesus, man, and try to tell these people things, and people don't want to hear from me. First of all, I don't look like them, smell like them, and I don't even talk like them. I don't regurgitate the same words and the same word sounds that they have. I don't do that. I'm serving the Lord God. I'm not serving man. And so I told him, I said, man, I challenge you. I said, any room of your house, just go get rid of this take and get rid of everything. I mean, it could be a closet. Just get everything rid of everything out there closet, everything out there wrong. Just go do it and throw it all away. Go do it. Yeah, so that's why I challenge you to do it. Now, but anyway, so the Lord God tells me, man, get rid of all this stuff, man, all this foolishness, man, that lipstick, makeup, everything that is not of the Lord God, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Things that you don't need, man, get rid of that stuff out your house. But then I said unto them, cast you away every man the abomination of his eyes, and defile not yourself the idols of Egypt, for I am the Lord your God. But they rebelled against me and would not hearken unto me. They did not every man cast away the abomination of the eyes, neither did they forsake the idols of Egypt. Then I say, I will pour out my fury upon them to accomplish my anger against them in the midst of the land. So God is angry right now, bro, because you won't do it. Man, you don't want to repent with your whole heart, keep all his commandments and fall back in the Bible. No, you want to run up behind these preachers and things with the fine raiment, silver, gold, anointing yourself with that, what they call that, cologne and sweet smell and stuff. And it's killing you, but you still refuse, man. Come on, bro. I was talking to somebody, talking to a young man. Yeah, we grew up together, man, and we like brothers. So, but anyway, and he talking about how many people, every now you hear now, you don't hear about no AIDS, now you hear about cancer, and how these people are dying for cancer. Yeah, because they refuse to hearken unto the law. And that stuff is not killing you fast. If it's killing you fast, then everybody would investigate. But it's killing you slowly. And then another thing, man, they put trillions of dollars into these cancer organization thing, when all they can do is give you a little bit here, a little touch there, cure a little bit here, cure a little bit. Why? Because it's a designed plan to keep on milking you, keep you on for the ride and the spray. And God will tell you all that. They say, man, you ain't got to do all that. All you got to do is humble yourself before the throne of grace. Call on the holy name, Lord God Jesus, whose name is excellent. Repent with your whole heart. Keep all tenets and commandments into back and bind forever covenant. Be baptized in Jesus' name to receive the Holy Ghost. And it's going to go well with you, man. God can heal anything. But you in these pastors preaching houses and you going to these church houses and reading the Bible and everything, and you still run to the doctor talking about cure cancer and everything, but it's not going to happen. Why? Because you're not doing exactly what the Lord God say. You depending upon some preacher. Just like he said, he said, they came and inquired of the prophets, and the prophets inquired God, but they're not doing that. The pastors and preachers not doing that. Well, go ahead, I'm going to pray for you. Go ahead and take the medication, go on this, that, and the people are suffering. And they don't know why. And they say, well, I pray, and then the Lord promised to do this for me. I go to church, then the Lord, I read my Bible. And no, it doesn't work like that. You're doing all that there, but you're still putting the lipstick on. You're still going to have your fingernails polished. You're still going to put on those weaves in your hair, still dyeing your hair. And you're sick. Yeah. And you're putting everything in your mouth. And man, I digress from that. But, so, well, you just keep on going. Go read Deuteronomy chapter 20 and find out why you still dying and stuff, because you're not doing what thus the Lord said to God. So let me finish. So, all right. But I was wroth for my name's sake, that it would not be polluted before the heathen among whom they were, in whose sight I made myself known unto them, to bring them forth out of the land of Egypt. Wherefore I caused them to go forth out of the land of Egypt, and brought them into the wilderness. And I gave them my statutes and showed them my judgment, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. See what I say? I gave them my statutes and showed them my judgment, which if a man do, shall even live in them. Moreover, also I gave them my Sabbaths to be a sign between me and them, that they might know that I am the Lord God that sanctified them. So every time I tell you, say, man, go read Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 15, and find out about the Sabbath covenant. Find out what it's about. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. They walked not in my statutes and despised my judgment, which if a man do, he should even live in them. And my Sabbaths they greatly polluted. Then I say, I will pour out my fury upon them in the wilderness to consume them. And that's why you're in the land of captivity right now, for the same thing that your fathers did. In that wilderness, same thing. Yeah, but I was wroth for my name's sake, that it would not be polluted before the heathen, in whose sight they bought my. So who is the Lord God namesake? I told you the Lord God said, Lord God said he have chosen one tree and one of everything. Come on, man. A special tree that I read that to you. That's in found. Go read it yourself. It's in the file in the book of in the Apocrypha. And find out how the Lord God chose one thing out of all these things, which is us. His name say Israel. Come on, bro. Uh, what is Jeshurun? Yeah, man, come on, bro. You gotta know these things, man. But you listen to these pastors and preach with all that whooping and holler, but you're not seeking out the knowledge of God to know exactly when God tell you these things, what these things mean. But I was wroth for my name's sake that it should not be polluted before the heathen when in sight I brought them out. Yet I also lift up my hand unto them in the wilderness that I would not bring them into the land that which I have given them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all land. That's the same thing I keep telling you. Well, but they despised my judgment, walked not in my statute, but polluted my Sabbaths. For their heart went after the idol, and that's what you're doing right now today. Yeah, man, when the Sabbath come on, the people, oh, that's my best day, man. Yeah, Sabbath starts Friday evening, well, the sixth night evening. And what you doing? You out there going tonight. I did it too. Going out there to the nightclub, going out there find some woman. She going out there find some man that she can go lay down, go to bed with, and say, oh, this is the one. Oh, me and them gonna get together and everything. And knowing that's a big lie. Knowing you out there what? To pollute God's Sabbath. That's why you still in bondage. And the thing about it, Lord God is on his way. Well, but I said unto the children that were in the wilderness, walk ye not in the statutes of your fathers, neither observe their judgment, nor defile yourselves with their idols. I am the Lord your God. Walk in my statutes, keep my judgment, and do them. But are you doing them? No, you're not doing it. Because why? We still in captivity. The Lord God told you, go read in the book of the 12 page, page 75, page 59, 75. Find out what's going to happen when you fall back to bondage forever coming of God. And holler my Sabbath, and it should be a sign between me and you know that I am the Lord your God. Notwithstanding, the children rebelled against me. They walked not in my statutes, neither kept my judgment to do them. Which if a man do, he shall even live in them. They polluted my Sabbaths. Then I say I will pour out my fury upon them to accomplish my anger against them in the wilderness. And see, nevertheless, I withdrew my hand and wrought for my name's sake, that it should not be polluted in the sight of the heathen, whose sight I had brought them out. Go read Psalms chapter 78. Psalms chapter 78 to show, yeah, King David, that's what the Lord God said. I lift up my hand unto them also in the wilderness, that I will scatter them among the heathen, disperse them through the countries, and that's where you are now. Because they had not executed my judgment, but have despised my statutes, have polluted my Sabbaths, and their eyes was after their fathers' idols, and that's what you are doing, man. Yeah, man, you went to these schools, got educated, got into cars, rings, automobiles, diamond jewelry, and all. I did it too. Yeah, I did it too. Wherefore I gave them also statutes that was not good, and judgment whereby they should not live. And that's what you in now. Yeah, that's why you going, that's why you dying. And I polluted them in their own gifts that they caused them to pass through the fire, and all openeth the womb, that I might make them desolate to the end that they might know that I am God. And that's why you're going through all this, you in captivity, going through all these things that you're going through now. Yeah, that's why, because you refuse to hearken. You refuse to. Therefore, Son of Man, speak unto the house of Israel and say unto them, thus say the Lord God, yet in this your fathers have blasphemed me, and they have committed a trespass against me. For when I had brought them into the land from which I lifted up my hand to give them, they saw every high hill and all thick trees, and they offered their sacrifice, and they presented provocation of their offering. These also made their sweet savor and poured out their drink offering. Then I said unto them, what is the high place whereunto you go? And the name thereof is called Bama unto this day. Wherefore say unto the house of Israel, thus say the Lord God, are ye polluted after the manner of your fathers, and commit ye whoredoms after their abomination? Yes, that's what you're doing. For when you offer your gifts and you make your sons to pass through the fire, you pollute yourself with all idols. And unto this day, and it shall be inquired by you, O house of Israel, as I live, said Lord God, I would not be inquired by you. And that's what he say when you offer your gifts. So you in that season right now. Yeah, the Christmas season, all that, boy, y'all started changing gifts and yeah, you giving the people them little toys. Those idols, man. Come on, bro. Even right now in the day, that's when them dudes become millionaires, multimillionaires, and get all those millions. Then what the first thing they do? They go buy every little idol, every little trinket that they didn't have when they was a child that they wanted. Man, come on, bro. But then what they do? They teach their children to do the same thing. That's what they do. Yeah. And that which come into your mind should not be at all. You say, we will be as the heathen, as the family of our country, serving wood and stone. That's what you're doing. Because that's all when you serve, when you're serving, that's what you're doing, man. You're serving Christmas, you put up that Christmas tree. That's what you are doing. Houses, that's what you're serving, man. Come on, bro. Wood and stone, diamonds, it's all that the same thing. As I live, said fine raiment, silver, gold, brass. As I live, said the Lord God, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched arm, with my fear pour out, I will rule over them. So the Lord God coming back. He is coming back. And I'll bring you out from the people, and I will bring you out from the people. And when I gather you out of the country where you are scattered with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with my fury poured out. So the Lord God coming back. And I bring you into the wilderness of the people. And there will I plead with you face to face. See? Like I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness in the land of Egypt. So I will plead with you, say the Lord God. Does that sound like the Lord God coming back to fly you somewhere? He said, I'll be coming back to take us where? In the wilderness, just like he done our fathers when he came back and took them from out of Egypt and played with them face to face. But you know, a lot of them still didn't let go of the idols and God destroyed them. Yeah, they made that calf to Baal. That's one of the things they did. Then they start committing fornication with the Gideons, the Midianites. So yeah, that's what they did. That's what they did. That's what he did. And like I plead with your father will in the land of Egypt, so I plead with you, said Lord God, and I'll cause you to pass on the ride, and I'll bring you into the bind of the covenant. So what's the bind of the covenant? Go read Deuteronomy chapter 28. Go read Jubilees chapter 2 and find out what the bind of the covenant is. Find out. And I'll purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. I'll bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn. They shall not enter into the land of Israel, and you shall know that I am the Lord. As for you, O house of Israel, thus saith the Lord God, go ye, serve ye every one his idols after all. Hereafter also, if you will not hearken unto me, but pollute ye my holy name no more with your gifts and with your idols. And when you go in those church houses today, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing, man. What you think you're doing when you go in the church house? What you think you be doing? Man, come on, man. I did it too, bro. What you think you be doing? You go in there and get up early. First of all, you're not keeping this holy covenant. You're not keeping the Sabbath day, the covenant day. Then after you do that, you're getting up first thing Sunday morning and get up Sunday morning and turn on the gospel music. Now, no, you've been living a sinful life all the week. So now you get up Sunday morning, turn on your gospel mood music, and you put on your fine raiment and your jewelry, and yeah, and your men they anoint themselves there early. They got to go in there get their little suit. They might have bought a new suit and everything to show off, and there's certain type of shoes and they show. Then you go right down that church aisle and sing and praise. But look, you've been living in fornication, and the woman call, you go by. You drink like you want to drink, say that you want to do, then you act like, oh, I'm a businessman, and that's just business and all those type of things, man. And none of that is up to Lord God. Then you go there to what? To make sure you have a nice car to drive in. Make sure you have a nice student there. Then you go in there, man, you a pastor preacher. Like I was, man, you go in and you puffed up now. You go in there and strut down there and sit on the pulpit and man, come on, bro. All that foolishness. And that have nothing to do with God. And all you're doing is deceiving yourself because you think you're deceiving God. You think you're deceiving God people, but you're deceiving yourself, man. Come on, man. Somebody gonna give you a piece of paper and you're gonna do certain things that's gonna make you all of a sudden holy. Come on, bro. It doesn't work like that, bro. Doesn't work like that. All I can do is tell. For in my holy mountain, the mountain of the height of Israel, say the Lord God, there shall the house of Israel and all them in the land serve me. There will I accept them, and there will I require offerings and the first fruit of your obligation with all your holy things. See, holy things. And I will accept you with your sweet savor when I bring you out from the people and gather you out of the country where you have been scattered. And I will sanctify in you before the heathen. So these things are coming about, and you shall know that I am the Lord when I bring you into the land of Israel, and the country from which I lift up my hand to give it to your father. And there shall you remember your ways and your doing where you have been defiled, and you shall load yourself in your own sight for all your evils that you have committed. And you shall know that I am the Lord when I have wrought with you for my name's sake, not according to your wicked ways, nor according to your corrupt doings, O ye house of Israel, say the Lord God. More the word of the Lord came to me, say, Son of man, set your face toward the south and drop the word toward the south and prophesy against the forest of the south field and say to the forest of the south, hear the word of the Lord. Thus said the Lord God, behold, I will kindle fire in thee, and shall devour every green tree in thee, and every dry tree, and the flaming flame shall not be quenched, and all the face from the south to the north shall be burned therein. And all flesh shall see that I, the Lord, have kindled it, and shall not be quenched. That's right. Then say I, Lord, they say of me, do he not speak parables? All right, well, you think these things gonna happen? Well, you just keep on going like you're going. Man, like Jesus said, I'm very strong delusion that you're gonna believe a lie. You do believe a lie. You think all before these things have some, yeah, all these things have some God gonna come and get you and fly you away to a place called heaven. Well, it might be them demons coming to fly you away to heaven, the second heaven, where they reign at. All we do is give it to that. But that's not going to be so because the demons are coming down. They already start to gather. Yeah, I watched those pictures. I told you, what you think the American Gods and Avengers and Marvel's comic, what all of them telling you the same thing. All of them telling you the same thing over and over again, telling you the same thing. That the demons are gathering, the shapeshifters are gathering, Satan himself was gathering, Azazel and all the fallen watchers, everything is gathering for what? To come up on the earth to do what? To destroy mankind. I was looking at this picture called a Garden of the Galaxy, and then I seen the picture before. But when you come into the minds of the Holy Covenant, and you read the what that is, the Testament of Solomon about those demons. And then you see what that's here. In the part of them, they say they're on a place, on this place they call nowhere. And on nowhere is the head of a giant. And in the giant head, they go in there dig for brain matter, any type of thing that they can find of a human. So what? To eat it. Come on, bro. And it's a prized possession. And who that is? That's you. you around your place. Oh, well, you know. Yeah, well, you keep on, oh, well, you know, and find out when it happened to you. You're going to say, man, why nobody told? And they say, well, remember that prophet, the one they called Elijah, the one you said there ain't nothing but some old silly old man. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, these people got a plan for you, bro. And the plan is to feed the giants and them demons with you. All right. Okay, well, who you think they're going to feed first? That who they hate the most. That's why they keep their, why you say, keep my name out your mouth. That's why your name never come out their mouth. And everything they have, who they blaming on? Who they blaming on? Israel. Who they blaming on? The black people. Come on, bro. Israel children, man. Everything that's going to happen, they're going to blame it on who? On you. Here's a dream. Yeah, I got the police call from I couldn't hear the call. I couldn't hear the call clear. I looked at the number. It was 821-2221. That's the police. I said, what do you want? He said, we had some footage and he wanted me to see. He said, I wouldn't believe it. I said, you would like to see it? I said, I told him I read this to her. He said, sure, I would like to show it to you. And my brother and some people were building a shed in the project, and I was looking at the shade I built that had cut the grass for it. And he had a key for the old shed. I asked him, did he give the key back? He said they wouldn't want the key, and I thought they would tear down my old shed. But what they had some footage of me. Yeah, they had some footage of me saying that I killed somebody. Uh, but they took that out, man. You gotta watch these people. You know, man, you underestimate your enemy, man. Your enemy got things that he's doing that you know nothing about. Things that they have to discover. Yeah, things they have discovered, and like the law of God, they warned you. He told you every evil demon, every sorcerer, the enchantments, everything's against who? Israel. Everything is against us, man. And people attacking us from all types of ways. Yeah, they had one. They talking about how they have sorcerers and incantation over us each and every day. They get up every day, every morning, every night. And they had these people that cast a spell over all Israel, over all. And the reason why those things work, why? Because you're not back in the bonds of the forever covenant. Because once you repent with your whole heart, be baptized in Jesus' name, and hitting not just that, enter back in the bonds of forever covenant, keeping all this holy covenant, these things can't touch it. And you read Deuteronomy 28, it tell you these things can't touch it. But if you're not in the bonds of a holy covenant, man, every evil and wicked spirit touches you. I know that for a fact because after the law of God came to me, and then I went back in these church houses, all them demons and everything started attacking me all over again. I fell prey to all these things once again. And I had to get out of the church houses once again and go back into the real, back into the truth. And once I found back in the truth, all these things have no effect upon me. And the word of the Lord came to me saying, Son of man, that's Ezekiel chapter 34. And the word of the Lord came to me saying, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy, saying that thus say the Lord God unto the shepherd. Woe be to the shepherd Israel that do feed themselves, should not the shepherd feed the flock. And so when you watching all these television programs and all these programs telling you about buy my CD, buy my book, send for my prayer cloth, send for my holy stone, and all that's not of God, man. It's not of God. And you should know that's not of God, but you eat the fat and you clothe you with the wool. You kill them that are fed, but you feed not the flock. The disease have you not strengthened, neither have you healed that which was sick, neither have you bound up that which broken, neither have you brought again that which was given. Neither have you brought again that what was driven away, neither have you sought that what was lost, but you have forced, recruited, and have ruled there, and that's what they're doing, man. Come on, man, when you gonna stop? You go to the pastor, preachers, and everything, and these people have, when Jesus sent out the apostles, these apostles healed people. Oh yeah, they heal. Oh yeah, and then that one was sick and all, man, they did all these things. But all those pastors, preachers, and things doing this, no, they don't want these things. They want monies. That's right. Go to the hospital. But I'm coming to you, and I've been in this church house for a long time, paying my tithes and praying and doing all these things. So where's my healing, pastor, preacher, shepherd? Where's my healing? Can't do it. Why? Because he's God didn't send him. He have nothing of God is in him. And they were scattered because there is no shepherd. They became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered. And that's another thing, man. I was going from church house to church house looking for what? A church home. Still going where? Still going to Jesus. Still going back to bonds of forever covenant. And that's what a lot of people do, man. And like this is how you do it. You've been programmed, you've been trained to, if you leave one church house and then you go to another church house. As long as you're in the church house, that's what they tell you. But it's not as long as you're serving God. It's telling you as long as you're in the church house, man. Come on, bro. And you, I never keep telling you, man, I was there too. I was dumbed down to with that foolishness, man. And then people turn you every which way, but telling you still you seeking the law of God with all your heart, soul, might. They don't tell you to do that. Tell you go to another church house. Come on, man. These people got a design plane, and you are that design plane. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're going to come down to a finite thing. Either you're going to take this mark or not. And that's when that's where you at. That's really, you don't think you're there, but you're there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. My sheep wandered through the mountains and upon every high hill. And yea, my flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them. That's the way we at. Therefore, you shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. As I live, says the Lord, surely because my flock became a prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds seek for my flock. But the shepherds fed themselves and fed not my flock, and that's what they're doing. Man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Be for real, bro. When y'all gonna wake up? When y'all gonna get out of that strong delusion, start seeking the law of God, start seeking the knowledge of God? That was God said, I require the knowledge of God more than burnt sacrifice, burnt offering and sacrifice, the knowledge of God. And this is why I'm giving you the knowledge of God. But you, therefore, you shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. Thus is the Lord God. Behold, I'm against the shepherd. I will acquire my flock at their hand and cause them to cease from feeding the flock. Neither should the shepherd feed themselves anymore, for I will deliver my flock from their mouth. Just was reading that for. And they may not be the meat for them, but it might have been Jeremiah. For thus said the Lord God, behold, I will both search and I will both search my sheep and seek them out. As a shepherd seek out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered. I'll repeat that. Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 12. As a shepherd seek out his flock in the day that is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep, I will deliver them out all places where thou hast been scattered in a cloudy and dark day. So in a cloud and a dark day. So what is a cloud and a dark day? The day of the Lord. It's a cloudy day. It's a dark day. So when the Lord God comes, that's what I tell you, man. The Lord God coming back, and he coming back what? To seek out his sheep, and he gonna find them, each and every one of them. That's right, and that's the day of the Lord, man. Come on, bro. Keep telling you, bro. 3 days of darkness. Well, we're gonna have a day that is not, what they say is a cloudy day, is a dark day, is a day of the Lord that's neither there is not a dark nor night. So that's the day of the Lord, man. I tell you, bro. And I'll bring them out from the people and gather them from the country. I'll bring them their own land and feed them upon the mount of Israel by the river and all inhabited places of the country. So does that sound like those people on that piece of dirt right now called Israel? Does that sound like because they say they're God's chosen people. And if you're God's chosen people, and you back in their homeland, Lord God supposed to be right there with you, feeding. Now, I know he's not there because I've been over there and I've seen how you treated me. I ain't talking about how you treat those that are already over there. I'm telling you how you treated me. Yeah. And so you ain't up them Jewish people over there. They ain't nothing up to Lord God. And Lord God gonna clean that place up. Watch. Let me keep reading, and you're going to see they're going to clean it up. And I'll bring them out from the people and gather them from the country, where I'll bring them to their own land and feed them upon the mountain of Israel by the rivers and all inhabited places of the country. So when you go read this book here, the Testament of Patriarchs, told you, man, when the Lord, I'll tell you what's going to happen when we come together and become a sovereignty, a nation and everything again, and repent from all that sin, what's going to happen. I'll feed them in good pasture upon high mountains of Israel. Shall therefore be, there should they lie in a good fold, in a fat pasture, and shall feed them upon the mountain of Israel. I will feed my flock, and I will cause them to lie down, say the Lord God. I will seek that which was lost and bring again that which was driven away, and I will bind up that was broken and will strengthen that which was sick. But I will destroy the fat and the strong, and I'll feed them with judgment. So I've been read this to you before. And that's what's going to happen. And as for you, O my flock, thus says the Lord God, behold, I'll judge between cattle and cattle, between the rams and the goat. Seemingly a small thing unto you to have eaten up the good pasture, but you must tread down with your feet the residue of your pastures, and have drunk of the deep waters, but you must foul the residue with your feet. I've just finished reading this. I'm going to finish reading this to you. Because the Lord God give it to me again to give it to you, and I do only as he said. As for my flock, they eat that which you have trod down with your feet, and they drink that which you have fouled with your feet. Therefore, thus said the Lord God to them, behold, even I will judge between the fat cattle and between the lean cattle, because you have thrust with the side, with the shoulder, and push all the disease with your horn till you have scattered them abroad. Therefore I will save my flock. Now they should no more be a prey. Now I will judge between cattle and cattle. That's what the Lord God coming to get us. I will set up one shepherd over them. Now I'll feed them even with my servant David. He shall feed them and he shall be their shepherd. And that's why I tell you, right now you have any problems or anything that you're going through, man, go to the show mercy of David, man. Read them songs. The songs tell you exactly what to do. And I, the Lord, will be their God, my servant David, a prince among them. I, the Lord, have spoken it. And I'll make with them a covenant of peace, and will cause the evil beasts to cease out of the land. They should dwell safe in the wilderness and sleep in the woods. Just finish reading. I'll make them a place round about a hill, a blessing, and I will cause the showers to come down in this season. They shall be showers of blessing. And their tree of the field shall yield her fruit, and the earth shall yield her increase, and they shall be safe in their land. Shall know that I am the Lord when I have broken the bands of their yoke and delivered them out of the hand of those of them that serve themselves. I just finished reading this to you, man. And they shall come no more to be a prey to the heathen, neither shall be a beast of land devoured, but they shall dwell slaves, and none shall make them afraid. And I'll rise up for them a plant of renown, and they shall be no more consumed with hunger in the land, neither bear the shame of the heathen anymore. Shall they know that I am the Lord their God, and with them, and that even the house of Israel, all my people, say the Lord. Time is up. The house of Israel, all my people, say the Lord God, and ye my flock, the flock of my pasture, the men, and I am your God, say the Lord God. So I'm reading these things, Lord God, give it to me, give me. Maybe somebody haven't heard, somebody gonna do it. So I'm just trying to be obedient, man, because I already know it's gonna come. I already know it's already here, but you're not paying attention because you still running behind these pastors and these preachers, and you still got your head so into the Holy Bible and not knowing that the Bible have came from somewhere. And there's a reason, a purpose, and everything under the sun. So when you read these other books and you go to the Bible, you know exactly what they're talking about. You know exactly what place, you know where the wilderness is. You know exactly what mountains he's talking about. You know exactly everything that the Lord God is saying. You don't have to guess and presume that it's this, or like I said, a parable. You don't have to guess no more. You know what he's talking about. You know exactly what he's talking about. You know exactly what he's talking. You know exactly what people that he is talking about, man. When you gonna start trying being deceived with all that whooping and hollering, being intoxicated with the spirit, still going and search out for the knowledge of God? Because when you have a knowledge of God, you know what to praise, you know what you're worshiping. Okay, well, all I can do is give it to you like he didn't give it to me. That's all I can do. I mean, I have a lot of dreams for you, but man, you're wasting time. Because when it happens, it's going to happen so fast. You must say, man, why nobody have warned us of these things? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Why nobody have warned us of these things? I was supposed to read Second Esdras chapter 16. I'll save that for another time. But the Lord God give me that maybe tomorrow. I'll hopefully tomorrow I'll give it to you and spend 45 minutes on that. Because you need to know these things, man. Lord God loves you. Man, Lord God loves you. He done prepared a place for you. Like you say, I have prepared a place for you. And then where I am, that way you should be also. And so that's the place that's prepared for us. Man, come on, man. All these things, man, we're gonna be back with the Lord God, just like it said, like how we left Egypt the first time. That's how we leaving all the world second. I done seen it. Man, I done seen so much, bro. A lot of heavens. Well, I just tell you a minute part, bro. And I read these dreams to you. That's a minute part, bro. That's a small thing. Like the Lord said, it's a small thing. That's all it is. Just a small thing. What more you want me to tell you? I mean, I'm going as the Lord God tell me to reveal it to you. I reveal things to you as He tell me to reveal to you. Because you're not falling back in the bonds of forever covenant. And I told you the 144,000 are being put together right now. Before that's right, before 2020 is out, you know that they're gonna be, because the Lord God, if you're into the Lord God now, He's sending you dreams and visions, night vision, all sins, all doubts, interpretation of them, and sending you to His word. You know exactly what's going on. You know where you're at on the timeline. You know where you're at on the timeline because you got back in the bonds of the forever covenant. So you know where you're at on the timeline. And man, I tell you, I keep telling you can't stay here. And how you gonna get out of it? There's one way in and one way out. But the law of God has salvation. So when I tell you these things that you have to repent with your whole heart, keep all his commandments, enter back in the minds of a have a covenant, I'm telling you what you need to do. Well, how you gonna get out of this mess? And then when you go read the Testament of 12 Patriarchs, and go to page page what 59 and 75. Go to those pages and learn. Read the whole book really and learn about it before I start reading the introductions and throwing that book on the side. Read the scriptures and everything first. Read that with the law of God, then go back and read the introduction, see if they got it right. Then you find out a lot of stuff they have is not right. But they put that introduction in there to mislead you, to make you disinformed. And then but when you go straight there and read the testimony, then you know the truth. You start regurgitating them things that you heard from somebody else, because now you know. Because like I tell you, man, Lord, God is not playing, man. You think God is angry. Now, just for reading that God is angry. And God, when he had us in the wilderness the first time, we were still being disobedient. You have a God right there in front of you, but you still want the demons that's what's left in Egypt. And that's what you're doing now. We come and bring you the word of the law of God, how you can get out of this captivity. But a lot of y'all don't want to leave out this captivity. You don't. And you're teaching your children how to be a part of this captivity. That's right, until something dramatic happens, and then after something died, oh, ain't that's a shame away. But you the one that want your children to be in this captivity. So that's all I can give it to you, like he has God giving it to me and showing me. And then you teach your children to run behind idols. I've done it too. I've done it too. I'm not lying to you. I've done it too. Go get a car. Get a certain type of car. Get a certain type of ring. Get certain type of jewelry, and they're gonna go well with you. But that's a lie. Getting a certain type of church and being under a certain type of priesthood, and they're gonna go well. But that's another lie. And you this one lie after another lie. Serving one going from one idol to the next idol. Just like I read proselyte, Proselyte, I think it is, and that's found in the book of St. Matthew, 23rd chapter. It's found in another gospel too. And that's what they have done. These Jews got with Constantine. So when you get saved, they had made a church. Yeah. So when you get saved and you run to, I'm clean, I'm saved, I can go in the church house. And then they got you. They got you, and they put all that, ease that filth, Satan ain't gonna do it all at one time, ease that filth back into you. And next thing you know, you become two more hellish as before. And then you got 7 more demons wickeder than before that then got back into you. And you be wondering, man, how did that happen? Because you ran back into the church house, still running to the law of God, and keep praying and keep hoping in the law of God. You run to the church house and put yourself under these pastors and preachers and shepherds and all like that, and you just keep on feeding them, keep on making them fat till they glisten. That's what you're doing now. All I can do is tell you. All I can tell you, look at it for yourself. And then what's making it so bad, they're going to hell, they're leading you to hell, and you're going to hell too. Man, can the blind lead the blind, lead folks fall in the ditch? Both of y'all are on your way to hell, and you refuse to repent. This is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts, and I'm Elijah until next time.